his sister graduated when I did in '70, so she was graduated undergraduate with a BS in biochem or something. You know, that was her first degree, and then she went to medical school.
I had a bachelor of science in zoology. So I studied.
Yeah, you could have gone to vet school. You could have gone into vet school easily with zoology. Maybe.
Yeah, but I didn't know until I wanted to be a people doctor. But you know, having a kid to stable as a mother.
Okay, good morning. Come on in, come on in. We are going to rise in body or spirit and sing our opening hymn for the month of March. I know this rose will open.
I know this rose will open. I know my tears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fears will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. These are the opening words, the blessings of trust, written by Reverend Scott Taylor. We gather today to receive the blessings of trust. May the relationships in this room remind us we do not have to depend only on ourselves. May the quiet we share help us hear and renew our faith in that still small voice inside. May the music sung inspire us to hold tight to the restorative rhythms of the world. May the words offered remind us that we too have a voice, one that must be trusted and shared. With our hearts open, let us begin. And so, good morning. My name is Sherry Kent, and my pronouns are she, her, and parrot head. And I serve this congregation today as worship associate, and then after as social justice chairman. Welcome to this Unitarian Universalist sanctuary where we embrace the value of interdependence. We honor the interdependent web of all existence by covenanting to cherish Earth and all beings, creating and nurturing relationships of care and respect. With humility and reverence, we acknowledge our place in the great web of life, and we work to repair harm and damaged relationships. But we can't do this important relationship building work without the practice of trust. Today's service offers us an opportunity to practice trust with other members of this community so we may build that dreamed about world centered in love. But first, Heather will call us into community by lifting up some of the events happening around here.
Well, good morning. My name is Heather Norby. I am the Spiritual Life Director for this congregation, and I use the pronouns she and her. Okay, well, of course, our mission statement is love plus connection equals transformation, and so I'm calling you into that connection piece so that we can do the good work of this congregation. Today, as Sherry mentioned, after our service is our Social Justice Committee meeting. So everyone is welcome to join us and to engage and give ideas for how we want to transform the world. This Wednesday is Worship Committee the worship committee meeting at 5 p.m. here in the sanctuary. And then after that at 6:30 is our dinner worship. I bring rice and you bring some kind of dish to put over that to share with others. And we say that the conversation is the sermon. And it's a structured conversation in which we talk about our theme for the month, which for March is the practice of trust. So please join us. Next week, on Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m., is popcorn theology. And Isaiah, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, will be joining with Adam to show a movie called Dear Kelly, right? And it's a movie about why are people so angry and sucked into fake news and conspiracy theories? And is it possible to put family before politics? What is going on out there, and why are we up against such anger, fear, and hatred? So please join Isaiah and Adam to see this movie. It's a documentary, and to engage in some really fruitful, hopefully, conversation. Always. And last Wednesday night's program was Creativity Matters. And this month, we engaged in a project that we kind of drew the shape of ourselves. And I just want to point this out. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. This is mine. Look, you do not have to be an artist in order to participate. It's all about the process, okay? So what's really interesting, though, is all of the different images that we created, and to put them all together and then see who we are together is really interesting. I love Creativity Matters, so I really am hoping that you can join us next time. And also, you may have seen this in the newsletter, because I know you're reading it, this Where I'm From poem template. We did this in January, and when we all took some time and we quietly wrote, and then we read them one at a time, and wow, Kino, impactful, right? Yeah, it was really something. And so these are available for you, not only in the newsletter, but I also printed them out, and they're on, I think I put them back on the stand or something back there. And so I think it would be really great if you all filled these out, if you type them up, submit them to Marcia for the newsletter, or to me, or we post them in the hallway, or maybe we do a worship service in which we read them all, because I think that would be really cool. Anyway, yes. Okay, we're going to do that, so please engage in that. Okay, moving on. First Friday is this Friday, and it's Mardi Gras, and so I know Vaisel has some big plans for decorating and whatnot. If you can help out, please contact Vaisel. I announced a couple weeks ago that there was going to be a commemorative march in Lakeland next week, but then I've been told that's not going to happen. However, the NAACP, I believe they want it to be called that now, not NAACP. Anyway, that's besides the point. They're planning something else. I just don't know what it is yet, so I will try to get that information out there when I know. The UU Lent calendar is out. It starts Wednesday, which is Ash Wednesday. I posted it on Facebook. I'll put it in the newsletter where you can read more about it, but it's a really fun spiritual practice for Lent. Thank you, Crystal, for offering free yoga classes once a month on Friday. And thank you to those who showed up and who also joined us in the Economic Blackout Fire Pit. It's something I think that we need to make a spiritual practice, so keep an eye out for that. Whew. All right, we're getting there. There's a lot today, which is fantastic. Nancy says the picture directories are in. Whew. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because it's been a while. So anybody who had their picture taken last year, please see Nancy after the service, and then when we figure out what we have left over, we will start giving them to people that didn't have their picture taken. We'll figure this out. All right, pledge drive. It's the pledge drive. You're going to be really tall on this thing.
really quick. The pledge drive, as you probably know, is an important way that we secure funding for this church, and we can plan out the year ahead. We'll know how much salary to give to our wonderful staff. I can see a lot of them here today. And we'll know what we can plan for our activities that cost money. We have forms available. I've got them personally. We also have them online if you go to uuclakeland.org/pledge drive. And if you're one of those people that likes to pay by credit card, the online form is definitely the way to go. Again, my name's Adam Hargrove. I'm your treasurer. Come see me if you have any questions. Thank you.
There's a link in the newsletter. Thank you. And please know that the pledge drive is not just for members, it's for members, friends, and anybody who wants to donate to our fantastic organization. Helen.
Everyone who has an email address that is correct in the office should have gotten an email with the pledge form on Friday. If you did not, and you think you should have, please see me after the service.
Yes, please see Helen and get that email corrected. Thank you. And of course, as always, please check the back of your order of service and our e-newsletter, which is published on Mondays, for more information on the brick fundraiser and other events. Please get a brick. I just ordered mine yesterday, so please see Gail about it.
This is kind of last call for the brick fundraiser, so I had planned to put the order in next week.
Okay, you got to get it done. All right, it's going to be really cool. Thank you. All right, let us create our sacred space by lighting our chalice.
A Sturdy Flame, written by Reverend Julianne Lepp. Thank you, Bradley. Would you please do the honor of lighting our chalice? This is a chalice lighting on trusting that we can heal a nation divided and filled with mistrust. We light this chalice with hope, a sturdy flame we nurture in these difficult times. We light this chalice with the heart of compassion for a nation divided by politics and strife. We light this chalice knowing that it will take all of us to repair this world we live in. May we find rest, compassion, and the hope that we need to nurture ourselves and each other. May this sturdy light remind us of the people we can be and the difference we can make in the world together. Okay, please rise in body or spirit and let us sing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life.
Well, this is the time that I invite the young and the young at heart to come forward for a story. And today, it's not just a story, it's a story and it's a song and it's something we're all gonna do together. Okay, Jason, is this picking me up? All right, cool. Okay, I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. It's good to see ya. Hi. Okay, I have this book. I just got it, and I really like it. It's called We Are the Builders. Are you a builder? Yeah, what do you build? With blocks. That works. Yeah? You build friendships. Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Sage is in agreement. Yes? You build love.
I build procedures.
Crystal builds procedures. That is very important, and you will find out later how come. And Melissa, it's too bad you're going to miss my sermon today, but I will let you read it later. Just saying. Procedures. She's like the procedure and policy person. She's after me all the time. Okay. We Are the Builders. Written by Deepa Iyer. Illustrated by Romina Galata. Welcome to our Community Day. Ready to find your role to play? Are you ready? Okay. My name is Ramla. I'm your guide. Follow me and stay by my side. So many grown-ups and kids are here. Everyone wants to volunteer. There's plenty to do in our town. Help new friends plant trees in the ground. The time is now. Let's all play a part. Listen and learn. What moves your heart? Do you like trees? Yeah. We are the builders. We form and forge, construct and fix, improve homes with nails and bricks. See those old desks, tables, and chairs? Good as new with some repairs. Who wants to join the builders? Yeah? You want to learn some good carpentry skills? Yeah, yeah, me too. We are the caregivers. We comfort, console, soothe, and cheer. Care kits for all, near and dear. Acts of service and words that mend. How can I help my new friend? Who wants to join the caregivers? Yeah. You gonna help your friends? Yeah, totally. Who are the frontline responders? We plan and protect. Stay prepared. Storms brewing, but don't be scared. Stock cans of soup, bags of fresh fruits. Gather warm coats, gloves, and boots. Who wants to join the frontline responders? Okay, Presley's doing it all. You're gonna burn out. It's okay. He's full of energy right now, I am sure, isn't he? Isn't he, Dad? Yeah. We are the disruptors. We declare, demand, demonstrate.
Allie's gonna be a disruptor.
Awesome. Call for change. Don't hesitate.
We need it.
Raise our voices, banners, and beats. Meet and march out in the streets. Who wants to be a disruptor? Yeah. Woo, you got company, Callie. All right. We are the experimenters. We scan, invent, and improvise. Solve hard problems with fresh eyes. What if these used bottles and rags could become backpacks and bags? Who wants to join the experimenters? I knew you would be raising your hand. Yeah, all right, we're going to experiment. We are the visionaries. We dream, imagine, and inspire a world we can all admire. Fresh air, clean water, safe and free, bright futures, that's what we see. Who wants to join the visionaries? Yeah. Yes. Woo. We are gaining strength here. We are the weavers. We stitch, we braid, we intertwine, common threads link hearts and minds. When people fight or disagree, find what connects you and me. Who wants to join the weavers? Yeah. Good. You should all be on our Right Relations team, just saying. Okay. We are the healers. We renew, restore, and relieve, tend to those who cry and grieve. Sometimes when the world is too much, we nurture with breath and touch. Who wants to join the healers? Yeah. Come on, Melissa, raise your hand. Yeah, okay. I know you. I know a lot of you. We are the storytellers. Storytellers. We sing, we dance, we create art. Bring joy and love heart to heart. Vibrant murals preserve our past histories cherished at last. Who wants to join the storytellers? Kino? You're one of those? Yeah. Of the different roles to play, which one feels like you today? Which one? Can you pick just one? Playing with cars. Which one was that?
He has to build roads to play.
Maybe visionary.
Visionary?
Are you a storyteller?
Are you a storyteller? Yeah.
I'm a joker.
All right, we're going to add that to the list. But you need to be able to explain how you're going to bring your values alive, okay? You could become a guide like me, show new folks what they can be. We mentor, we advise, we steer, share wisdom, honest and clear. Now that it's clear what we can each do, we want to hear from all of you. What role would you choose? Who would you be? How will you change your community? Well, Petra, did those papers get passed out?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect.
Except Adam didn't get one.
Oh. Well, you have a time now. You can actually think about it, and you can circle. You can circle the thing that you want to be, and think about how you will bring your values to life. But now here's the thing. Okay, there's this graph at the end of the book. Sorry, I'm skipping around. I don't have my script in front of me. I don't have the directions in front of me. All of these things that you can be, these roles that you can play, are here connected to values. Now, as Unitarian Universalists, we have officially 6 shared values centered in love, right? So what I want you to think about is which one of these roles you can play that will bring those values to life. But what are those values, you say, and how do we remember them? Oh. Jet Pig. There's a song. Yeah, we're getting there, Helen. Don't you worry. This is an interactive activity. We're gonna. Jet Pig. Are we ready for Jet Pig? Do you know what Jet Pig is?
Our values.
Justice, equity, transformation, pluralism,
It's an acronym for remembering our values. It's very silly, isn't it? But there's a song. There is a song. So let's get that. Do you want to sing and dance?
Jet pig.
We want to sing about Jet Pig? Yeah? Presley, can you be a Jet Pig?
It's up.
It's up. All right. Here we go. We're going to learn it.
Concerned because he doesn't know what Jeff is.
What makes you a true you? Love at the core of what you do. We come into work as a team to make our values more than a dream. Jet Big helps us keep in mind 6 values that you
Okay, so what is it again that's going to help you remember? Jet pig. Okay, cool. And they're going to help us do what? Remember our values so that we can live them out. Yeah, make them more than a dream, right? Right? And we can make them more than a dream by being one of these things. So I hope you've all been able to reflect on that. And you're going to be, Callie is going to be the caregiver, and Presley's going to be a builder. And I hope you've all circled that on your sheets and thought about what that means for bringing our values alive. You can, of course, keep these sheets and take them home with you. And if you didn't get one, I will happily print more.
Oh, there are a few left.
Oh, there's a few extras in the back. Okay, cool. But we're going to move on to the next part of this interactive message for all ages, because guess what? We finally got our values printed onto posters. Thank you, Crystal. Woo! And so I would like for you all to hang them up together. We build this world together. We hang posters on the wall together. So there are 7. There's 7. There's 4 over here and 3 over there. And so, you can get together in like 7 little groups. And we're going to hang them up. It's Jet Pig. And Crystal even has them in that order. Jet, Pig, plus love. We're going to go up on the walls. We are going to lift them up. And you can also read the poster that you are helping to hang. And that will help you think about how you can bring that into the world, and you can take notes on your little sheet and take it home and put it on your mirror and remember every day, right? So go ahead. Go find a poster. Go find your favorite value. Go find the one that you are working to bring into the world and help hang them up, and let's make it beautiful. Sure, Adam will play a little bit on the piano to accompany us. Which poster are you going to help hang? You want to go help hang a poster? There's love. Oh, we're missing one over there and one over there. Quick, go find one. Go.
The nails kept going in when you pushed it up, and also the hooky part was on a hinge, so you push on it, it would go flat. You wanted it to be, and I cannot see.
Even? No, it's okay. We We can either fix it or make it kind of cool where it steps up. But remember, nothing is perfect. Thank you, because I think I put those nails in. All right. All right, all right. Well, I think we did great. I really appreciate all of you working together and getting this done. This feels good. This is good. Thank you. Ironically, interdependence took a whole team of people. Huh, how about that? Good job. All right, well, this is the moment then when we sing. We sing to our children, we sing with our children, and they can go out to RE and do their thing. Are we ready? Do you know this one? Oh, no, no. These. No. There we go. Are we ready? They're still here. All right, y'all. These hands will do the work. These feet will carry me. These arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility. And the love in this heart will set me free. Good job. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Move at the speed of trust. Focus on critical connections more than critical mass. Build the resilience by building the relationships. This is one of my favorite quotes from Adrienne Marie Brown, because it reminds me that trust has to come first. And so this month, when we were talking about the practices of trust, we need to really, really actually put those into effect in our congregation. Our ritual of the sharing of joys, concerns, and sorrows embodies the belief that there is power in weaving our lives together as a practice of trust. For we can only trust one another when we know one another's hearts. In our Joys and Sorrows book, you are able to write any significant joy or sorrow occurring in your life that you would like for the congregation to know. And today, we have a thank you from Crystal for all those who attended her free on Friday yoga class, and she's looking forward to the next classes on March 14th at 2:30 and April 18th at 4. Thank you, Crystal. Crystal does an awesome job. Thank you. Okay, Sherry says she is very grateful for her UU family and her safe place to be 100% Sherry. Oh my goodness. And especially joyful that she could celebrate Bradley's birthday this week. Happy birthday. Nancy Morse. Oh, she's joyful that the directories are in. We covered that. Thank you. Sorry, sometimes these glasses, I didn't get the bifocals, so I struggle. Okay, Jacob says that his joy is for all of my chosen family at UU and those who came out to dinner for my husband's birthday on Tuesday. Yes, P.S. Sherry is a party animal. Okay. And Gail. Gail says that she will be starting preventative chemotherapy for breast cancer as soon as next week. She's still wrapping her head around this and feeling pretty apprehensive. It's understandable. Helpful tips and encouraging stories are welcome. Gail. Thank you for sharing that, Gail. We're here for you. Sherry, would you mind lighting the healing candle for us? dedicate that to Gail today. Spirit of life and love, be with us and be with Gail as we take the next step on our healing journey together. Amen. You are invited now to come forward for our ritual of joys and sorrows. You may take whichever stone or stones feels right to you and drop it in the bowl, connecting to others, feeling the power of being together in this community. Deidre will put stones in for those of us joining online. Good morning to all of you. Thank you. May the blessings of love and life and interconnection be with all of you. I would like to invite Faisal. No? Judy. Okay, Judy up to tell us why she gives to this congregation.
Good morning, everybody. Okay. I have been a member of this wonderful congregation since I met the people who were part of it at a winter solstice party in December of 2017 at the home of one of the members. At this party were several couples who belonged to this congregation and still do, as far as I'm aware. These people were very nice to me and my husband, and very, very intelligent and knowledgeable about a lot of different things. They believe what I believe about people and religion. So I decided that I wanted to see what UUCL was all about. A week or two after the party, I came to a service at UUCL. I listened to Heather's talks and joined in the singing when I could. I can read music fairly well, so that wasn't a huge problem. You're supposed to laugh at that. Sorry. I mingled with the people after the service. I met more very intelligent and friendly people. The experience was more than I could have imagined. I was making friends and feeling like I was fitting in with the congregants. So I have many friends in UUCL. After a while, I found the women's group, which meets online on Zoom every Monday morning about 10:30. Please, if you're interested, join us. Once in a while, right now there are 4 of us, so once in a while, if too many of us can't meet, we don't. But if we get more people, then it will continue every week. We get a chance to talk about our likes, dislikes, problems, and not to forget our blessings. I have been joining this group every week as I am able, which is most always, even when I am up north for the summer, as it is on Zoom, and we can join from anywhere on a computer or from your smartphone. When I attend services on Sundays and the bowl is passed around for donations, I always add some paper money to the bowl. It helps me feel more part of the congregation. It's not required as far as I'm aware, but I enjoy giving what I can for that week. And I think it also makes me feel better about being in Michigan for the summer and unable to add it to the bowl myself while I'm not here in Florida. This, in addition to what I give every year in December in a check which I have sent from my bank directly to UUCL. It is a very important, UUCL is a very important part of my life. I cannot think of living without it. You, all of you. I am so happy to have found UUCL. It really is a necessary part of my life and necessary to my enjoyment of life. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who helps me feel part of this wonderful, wonderful group and congregation. Thank you.
This is my favorite part of every week. Here we gather, tucked back in this friendly neighborhood between the beautiful tall pines. We are a community of people who have arrived from many different paths, yet we seek a common goal: to bring more love to a hurting but beautiful world. As Unitarian Universalists, we aspire to reach this goal through our shared values, one of which is the value of generosity. We cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We covenant to freely and compassionately share our faith, presence, and resources. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. This we can only do together, and your monetary gifts are essential to supporting our endeavor. Our ushers will now pass the plate.
Thank you. And thank you, ushers, and thank you, everybody, for the contribution of your treasures. Have you ever been hired for a job and then not told what exactly you are supposed to be doing for that job? I have. Yeah. It was really uncomfortable and very confusing. Fresh out of college, I was excited about this job. It was some sort of management position at a college bookstore. I majored in anthropology, okay? There's not a whole heck of a lot you do with your bachelor's in anthropology. Okay. Fresh out of college, yes, I was excited about this management position at a college bookstore, and I was actually getting paid a salary. It was small, but it felt fancy. I wanted to do a good job, of course. But the thing was, I didn't know what that was supposed to look like. I mean, I didn't just walk in there with some sort of innate knowledge about what it meant to be an assistant manager at a college bookstore. I was young and inexperienced. So I trusted that my manager would guide me and give me some kind of training. One would expect that, right? And it's not that she didn't give me work to do, but at first she would give me some sort of menial task and then close herself in her office and just kind of ignore me. And I'd finish said task and try to find out what to do next, but apparently I didn't get much of an answer because I have memories of balancing my checkbook while sitting at my desk. This was before cell phones, of course, and if you made diddly squat at a college bookstore, you could call balancing your checkbook some kind of doom scrolling. Anyway, this was an ongoing problem, and I really didn't know quite how to solve it at that time as a young, inexperienced, and rather shy and awkward individual. And so resentment was building from me because I hated not knowing how to do my job, and by some other employees because apparently a couple others, workplace gossip, thought I was slacking off and getting paid not to work. In fact, one woman said something about how I got paid to just stand there and look pretty. That did not feel good. At some point, because I am motivated to do good work, I learned and I figured out what I was supposed to be doing, but I didn't stay in that job for very long, mainly because I decided to move here to Florida to go to grad school. And little did I know, eventually end up working in another college bookstore. Besides the point, it was a better experience, but anyway. 30 years later, I can think about my time working at this bookstore with a completely different framework. As I was reflecting on this month's worship theme, the practice of trust, and I was thinking about all the ways we can practice trust here in this community, it occurred to me that the reason I had a bad experience at that bookstore was because trust had broken down or actually just never been built, had never been built. Philosopher Mark A. Cohen writes in his book called The Nature and Practice of Trust that trust is characterized as a moral phenomenon. When one person trusts another to do something, the first relies on the second's commitment. So trust reflects and is a product of agreement about the commitments and obligations that bind persons who live and work together. These commitments and obligations can be implicit, but building trust often requires making these commitments and obligations explicit, defining the terms of cooperation. I interpret that to mean that the practice of trust is a reciprocal relationship, one in which we are working towards a known shared goal in a system that we are all attuned to by policies and procedures that we have agreed upon. When I started working at that bookstore, I was not aware of the goals. I had no understanding of the system and the job I was supposed to do within it. Trust was not built, and thus working relationships were not strengthened, and therefore goals not achieved in the best possible way. But relationships are reciprocal, and neither my manager nor I were explicit enough in defining the terms of our cooperation. Looking back, I know that I was not assertive enough in asking questions and setting my expectations, such as, please be clear with me about what I should be doing so I can be a helpful part of this organization. And my manager was not explicit enough in her expectations. She didn't say, this is what we need you to do so we can accomplish these things. And so instead, the relationship did not flourish in the ways it could have. It leads me to wonder then, how attuned are all of you to our system of governance, our mission, and even the vision statement we are wanting to create together here at UUCL? How aware of our policies and procedures are you? How well does our leadership communicate those things to you? How engaged in reciprocal relationships are we in which we are practicing trust and working towards a known shared goal in a system that we are all attuned to by policies and procedures that we have agreed upon? Policies and procedures. Does that sound really boring? I mean, I get it. I am not a policy and procedure person. Melissa can tell you that. I'm a big idea, spiritual play, theology kind of person. But guess what? None of that works without some sort of explicit understanding of the expectations of cooperation and within a church that includes policy and procedure. An impactful community, even one with good theology, is not built without engagement by the congregation in the structure and organization, because structure and organization build trust. Okay, so what? So maybe you really just want to come here on Sunday mornings and be around some cool people and hopefully hear a good sermon or some interesting ideas. Well, that's fine, but I am going to challenge that because right now, in these times we're in, with the dismantling of our democracy and an authoritarian government forming right before our very eyes, we need to join together in community to strengthen the resistance. simply put, building community means building relationships, and that starts with building trust. And trust starts with explicit expectations around cooperation so that we can change the world. Parker Palmer wrote, "If we are willing to embrace the challenge of becoming whole, we cannot embrace it alone, at least not for long. We need trustworthy relationships to sustain us, tenacious communities of support to sustain the journey toward an undivided life." As Unitarian Universalists, we covenant with one another. That means we make promises built on trust to make our shared values real in the world and not just a dream, as they sang in the Jet Pig song. Today we hung on our walls our values and our covenants that we make about those values. But to truly live into our covenants and to transform the world requires more than just showing up on Sunday mornings. I recently attended a lecture delivered by the president of Meadville Lombard Theological School, Dr. Elias Ortega, he's the president, in which he said this very thing: we need more than just Sunday mornings, and then suggested we apply the ethics of care to the ways we engage in our values and covenants. Political scientist Joan Toronto identified 4 elements of the ethics of care, and they significantly overlap with the ways in which we can practice trust, because care and trust are inherently intertwined. These elements are attentiveness, responsibility, competence, and responsiveness. Attentiveness. Are we paying attention? Are we paying attention to one another, to each other's needs, to our own needs? Are we paying attention to what's going on around here? Well, I guess reading the newsletter or looking at the Facebook group. Are we paying attention to the ways in which this community is centering itself in love and working towards having an impact on the community around us? If we're not paying attention to one another in the community, how can we possibly know one another enough to build trust? Responsibility. Are we showing responsibility by following through with our commitments? That's a huge part of building trust, being able to depend upon one another. Are we responsibly engaging and showing up? Are we responsible for our own actions? Are we responsible about finding out the information we are missing in order to understand the structure, policies, and procedures of this community? Competence. Being responsible about finding out this information leads to competency, and competency leads to being able to care appropriately for each other and the organization. That is a way to practice trust. Responsiveness. Are you responsive? Do you engage with the things you are paying attention to? In other words, do you show up? Do you put in time and talent to help build trust in this community? And what about the way you respond to others? We understand that conflict is inevitable, but it's how we respond that matters. Is your response responsible and competent based on the ethics of care, rooted in our values that support right relationships? Are you responding in a way that promotes creative and not destructive conflict? Can we trust one another to do that? The practice of trust is the practice of care. It is intrinsically good. It is an intrinsically good moral phenomenon that requires explicit expectations around cooperation. And so, I almost feel like I'm giving you my hellfire and brimstone sermon today. I promise, I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm a universalist. But I ask, can we trust you to engage and show up? We are all depending on us. We are the ones we've been waiting for. The resistance is depending on us. The world is depending on us to not be complacent, but to come into this community, to let us all get to know one another and to build a community that looks the way we want the world to be. What role did you choose as a way to bring our values into the world? How will you help us build? Thank you.
Wow, explicit reciprocity. I love that. This is a poem written by Reverend Angeline C. Jackson in The Small Moments. May we remember that trust, like love, grows in small moments, in promises kept, in confidences held, in boundaries respected and amends made, in showing up again and again. May we be brave enough to risk trust, patient enough to build it slowly, and gentle with ourselves and others when it breaks. Amen. Let us sing together about the good work we can do when we practice trust and build a resilient community. It's a closing song, number 121. Please join me as we extinguish our chalice. Extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world.